finally finished. Here's the reveal, guys, of this 125 Revell 1999 Ford SVT F-150 Lightning for the Chevy Cheeseburger 2014 box stock community build. So here it is, guys. Yeah, it took me a little bit longer to finish. Just been really busy at work, so I've just been plodding along all weekend now just to get it finished, and it's very early Sunday morning. Thought I'd get this out of the way before I jump on the hangout this morning with Paul Bretland and all the rest of the gang. So here it is. Yeah, what can I say about it? I had lots of fun building this, but being more of a military builder, it's something I'm gonna have to get used to, building automotives. Yeah, so just finished giving its final wax coat, but I'm really happy with the job. Yeah, had a couple of mishaps here on the windscreen, but yeah, it's only really minor. A bit of glue leaked in there and sort of ran along, pilly ration ran along into the glass and smeared it a bit. But really, that's all that really happened. Just going to get a bit of black paint around the door seal, and then that'll be done. So it's pretty much done. Like, that's the only thing I have to do. So so what have I done? The only difference thing I have done is on the instructions. If I've got the old ones, I don't know if I've got them still. They might be floating around somewhere. I don't know what I've done with them. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, so what they've asked for is for the number plates here and here. You get two different options, but I've gone with the Texan number plates, SVT 150 on the back. But what they've asked for is, instead of applying water to the decal to slide it off the paper, they wanted you to just cut it straight off the paper backing and glue it on with a bit of wood glue. Now the only problem is with that is that's the actual paper backing there, and it's blue. So I just basically thought to myself, nah, it's not going to happen. So I actually took the water slides off the paper backing sheet, and I used very thin stock styrene sheet. Like, it's really thin. Okay, and I basically cut out a little strip. You can see where I've cut it out there, and basically stuck the decals, bang, stuck them down, fixed them down with just a decal setting solution, and then applied just with the airbrush just a fairly heavy coat of Pledge Future Shine gloss. Let that dry, and then I basically just got a pair of scissors and cut around the decal, and stuck it on with some plastic solvent cement on the back there, so just a bit more durable. You know, didn't really like the idea of having it stuck on a bit of paper, because over time the paper's going to deteriorate, or insects will get into it and start munching away at it. So I thought, just for a bit of durability, I thought I'd stick a bit of plastic stock styrene sheet on there. Yeah, the mirrors themselves were just, if I can bring it in here, the mirrors themselves I painted last, separate to the actual the mirror assembly here. Black primer, all brush painted, of course. Yeah, just things are small. I don't even bother using an airbrush. It's just, yeah, it's probably more time wasted trying to set it all up, and then paintbrush and just go bang, and it's done. And then used a bit of Vallejo Model Air Chrome, put a couple of coats of that on, let that dry, and then using, as I do with all my glass lenses and things like that, I just put a generous amount of this Testors clear part cement over the top, just to give it a high gloss, glassy look over the silver. So done that on both sides. As you can, on the front here as well, I used the cigarette filter technique with a bit of Vallejo, I think it was chrome as well, and brushed it in there, and then to give it that sort of dirty, or sort of give it a bit of shading, because I didn't want that silver to go really neat over the whole front. I sort of wanted to still give it a bit of shading there. So what I actually used, I used a bit of the Vallejo model wash. This stuff here, if I can get it out. It's the dark grey. Yeah, so I used that, just neat, straight out of the bottle, and then just so the black actually sat inside all the recesses as well, and really happy how that turned out. So yeah, really happy how that turned out. The wheels were, yeah, like if you go through all the update videos, you can see all the stage by stage how I actually done all the weathering on the wheels and the rims and what kind of paint I used. And because it was an acrylic lacquer base, I tried using the Tamiya accent color, but whenever I tried to clean it off with a bit of enamel thinners, it really just sort of, yeah, it sort of played havoc with the paint job. So what I just use, yeah, some of this model color wash again, neat, and just straight over the final gloss finish, and just with a wet paintbrush, because it's so glossy, the capillary actually just, yeah, it just runs all through all the recesses, and a lot all in here as well, so all around the door, all door panels, and all the grills here on the front and there. What else is there? And then that was a clear part, so I just used a bit of clear red from Tamiya, their clear colours, and just applied on there neat, just a big heavy dousing on there, just left it, and that's so so what else? And just all the black rubber trimming inside was done with a Sharpie pen, just to give it that base, just to fill in the black. And then on top of that, I just used I think it was what I used, Life Color Matte Black, I think it was, and then just all on the inside there. It's not on the outside, it's actually on the inside, all the color, all the paint, so just so it doesn't scratch off. So I didn't prime or anything, so it's all on the inside. And did the same for the front and back, so the Sharpie pen and the Life Color Matte Black. I might still try and give this glass a bit of a buff up still. It's still, yeah, it could be better. So, but just keep in mind, guys, this is my first automotive build, so still lots to learn. So if you've got any tips or anything that you could throw my way, that you've noticed that where I've made a mistake or where I could do better, just leave a comment down below. And like any constructive criticism, guys, it's yeah, muchly appreciated. So, and all the texture in here, there is actually I've uploaded a how-to video today. And I'm really happy how it turned out too, guys. It's like being a ute owner myself, I've got a 4-wheel drive pickup and a Holden SS Commodore ute, and it's got one of these tubs in the back, and pretty much looking at it all the time. I sort of, yeah, looking at this one and then sort of having the image of what I own in the back of my mind. It's just like, no, it wasn't good enough what came with the kit. Now, being box stock, I thought about, I wasn't shaving anything off, I wasn't putting any custom or aftermarket parts on there, so I think I should be right with this, because all I did was add some texture in there using paint. So yeah, fingers crossed I don't get penalized for that, but I did add texture in there, and I did nothing to the tray. Like I took nothing out Didn't shave anything away. It's exactly how it was that you get in the kit, only but I just added the texture in there using the modeling paste with a stippling effect in there, and then just primed it all up and then sprayed it again. But had to mask the whole vehicle because I had all this painted, and then it wasn't until the end that I decided to do this. So I actually had to mask it all up using this 3M tape here. So it's fairly thick tape, so you can see how much coverage it gets around the kit itself. So yeah, masked all that. I had to mask up the back window. It was a very simple masking job. It wasn't very tricky at all. So it's just like slapped all around the side there, around the windows and on the roof, just so I wouldn't get any paint on there. And I did the same thing to the step here on the side. Gave it a bit of a non-slip rubber texture, and I just gave it a coat of life color satin gloss on there just to give it that, you know, that sort of semi shine. Yeah, so, but now to one of the parts I'm really happy with is we go to the underbody. If I carefully put this here without scratching the model. Okay, if I just adjust the camera up like that. Yeah, so I'm really happy. I'm really stoked actually how this turned out. Bring the camera in a fair bit so you can see. And I'll just readjust the focus for you, because I tend to get a better focus if I use it manually instead of autofocus. What I've done here is, and I can't help myself, guys. Being a model military builder, I could not help myself. I had to weather it. What I used was, I've got I make my own pigments. So if you see, these colors are actually the ones I used in my how to make your own pigments videos. All they are, they're just pigment sticks that I bought from the art shop, and I ground them up using my pigment grinder, and just, yeah, tossed them in little containers like this. If I get in shot, yeah, and I've got a heap of colors, and I've still got many more, and I grind them up as I need them. So you could always make custom colors. And what I'd done was, it's probably about a 50. Oh, hang on a sec. Sorry about that, guys. I'm still in the middle of building something else. Yeah, so what I'd done was a 50-50 mix of this black and this dark brown. It's more of a rusty brown color, but yeah, I just call it dark brown for some silly reason. It's not really dark brown, it's more of a rust oxide color. And I mixed that in a little tray, like one of these things here, and then with a very diluted, it wasn't a sludge paste, it was more of a really thin wash, and all I used was my homebrew thinners here. And there is a video on how I actually made this as well, so if you go back through my videos, and I think it's called How to Make Your Own Acrylic Thinners, and this is it here. And I gave it just squirted a fair bit in there, mixed it up, and then using my stippling brush, yeah, just, and took a bit off. I didn't have a super wet brush either. It wasn't dripping with wash. It was just enough so I could just add a little bit each time, and if I needed to add a bit more, I could. Now, and also, sorry about that, guys, as well. I also added some of my pigment binder that I've made up. If you go through, which video was it? If you go through I think it's towards the end, if you look at the how to textured surface video, it should be the one just before this one, and I talk about my homemade pigment binder. Well, it's not homemade, but it's a mix that I just have sitting in a dropper bottle. And if I can, yeah, so that's the bottle there, guys. It's just a 30ml dropper bottle, and it's 2 parts H2O, 1 part Vallejo matte polyurethane matte varnish, and I use that. It's just super thin, guys. It's like milk. Okay, it's yeah. So I use a lot of things, binding my pigments together, and just final spray my model kits just to give it that dull. And having that water in there, it's not a dead matte finish. It's like it's sort of in between matte and semi-gloss, so it works out quite nice. And just using a dabbing effect all through along the bottom here. I actually do have a little bit on the sides on the back. They're only really subtle. Okay, they're not heavy like mud or dust spray up. It's just very, very subtle, and it's all along the bottom of the side skirts here as well, but you probably can't really see it. But I will put some photos up at the end of this video just so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, so we've gone over the exhausts and all along the chassis here as well. Well, you can see it. Hopefully the camera picks it up. So it gives it more. And why I done it is I wanted a realistic looking vehicle. I did want this thing to look die cast. I didn't want this thing looking like painted up as neat as you can, and having the parts as silver as you can and black as you can. I think, yeah, I wanted this thing looking realistic, okay, which is why I done it. Some of you guys might think, oh, you know, you shouldn't have weathered it, you've wrecked it, you've ruined it, but yeah, it's like, why pin wash everything, and why try and make the paint job look real if you don't make the bottom look real? Okay, and that's how I sort of think when I build model kits. If you're going to make some part of it real, you may as well make the rest of it look real. Okay, so next part, we come to the engine bay. So pull this off. Flip it. Okay, so that comes off. And bring the camera in, right in. Yeah, so instructions themselves were fairly basic, so I had a lot of trouble sort of working out putting the parts together, because some of them are actually wrong, and I've actually explained in one of my other videos where the mistakes were. But yeah, that's the finished engine bay, guys. It's pretty happy with it. And you got the I think pretty sure that's the radiator reservoir there, and that'll be your brake fluid. So, and I've tried to, with just a few brown washes and a bit of dry brushing, I've sort of tried to, pretty happy with how it turned out. If I can get rid of some of these lights, because they're just killing it. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so yeah, so if I sort of show you around, I'll get rid of this, and I'll get my Lazy Susan back out again. Yeah, so if I can spin it around, you can sort of see the details in there. It's, yeah, like I'm pretty happy how it turned out. And I've had a lot of positive comments on wherever I post these photos up on the Facebook chat. I mean, on the Facebook ISM page, and I mean the real critics are going to be you guys, all your automotive builders out there. You're either going to like it or you're going to hate it. So, but I mean, obviously, let me know where I could better these. And remember too, guys, this is only a box stock build, so I couldn't really do too much to it. I mean, like things like spark plug leads, battery leads, yeah, just extra heater hoses that goes in and out, yeah, just all the wiring that you could possibly do on the back of this firewall here. And if I had my choice too, I'd be putting UHF radio aerials on this, and you could do so much of this kit, but it was a very good learning curve for me. So put this back on. And inside, I can pop it up with a bit of my foam board. So that's the interior, guys. It's you probably see it more in, I think it's more of the update videos earlier back, where this, or the interior box, is actually out of the cab itself. So you actually see the dash, really nice details. Some of the box, the 2014 box stock live builds that I've done on this thing, and you actually see how I painted all the door trims, what paints I use, and these videos are quite in depth too. So if you want to know how I done it, go back and flick through them, because some of these videos are like 2, probably 3 hours long, because they were Google Plus live builds with no guests. It was just myself building. So if you want to have a good look at the inside of the interior, go back and watch those videos. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is the Revell, and I hope you like it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next build. See you later. Bye.